with y'all? It's Nick checking in. So with this video, I'm going to let you guys know something. I know my hair, I'm looking like Future Trunks right now, but I'm going to go over the numbers real quick for you guys. So, house hack, purchase price $155, offer $150, they didn't go for it, went up a little bit because I'm going to be living in the unit, and I feel like it's a good spot. I feel like it's worth it. I feel like it's being a little bit cheap trying to offer them something that low, so I feel like it works. And I wouldn't go higher than this, but I feel like it works right here. So 155, so my mortgage, everything, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, it's gonna be like $10.50. Tenant right now that's in place is paying $925, so I probably would keep her after I do my due diligence. So $925, $150, that leaves me to negative $125, so I had to come in my pocket $125 a month. Let's just say $150 to make the numbers a little bit easier to go over quickly. So $150 a month, and I will put another $300 on top of that for repairs and expenses. So that leaves me at $450 a month. So $450 a month in living expenses, which is not bad at all, you know. But there's a major cash outlay because I'm not going to put down the 3.5% that I normally would if you were doing an FHA loan. I'm gonna put down a little bit more and not worry. I'm trying to knock off the mortgage insurance, pay a lower deductible and all that stuff. So compare that to one of my friends. Is another option I want to give you guys is $450 a month. My friend, he found a spot in a part of town. Lots of people is scary when it comes to Baltimore city. You know what I'm saying? He found a part of town. It's not bad. I would live there. $600 a month, and he didn't have to pay any security. I think he had to pay $100 security deposit. So $600 a month, no major cash outlay. That's a real alternative to what I'm doing. I'm putting a big chunk of money out there. He's basically not putting anything out there. $600 a month, and he's nimble. I have to be in control of this property. I can't really walk away from this property. He has the ability to, to walk away. He could walk out on the lease. I know it's hard to, track people down for money. This house is gonna cost a lot of money, so that's plan B. I don't want poo-poo on it, but that rent is low for actually Baltimore. I would say average rent in Baltimore, 1 bedroom. So if you pay $750, you're gonna live like in a duplex. I would say like $800 a month. I feel like that's like average Baltimore rent. Most people gonna pay more than that, but I would say like low end $800, $850. So it's a $400 a month difference than what I would be paying. I wouldn't pay $850. I would pay $600. At $600 to me it becomes something close, but $850, $900, $1,000. I know people easily pay $1,000. So $1,000 a month, and then $1,000 a month. I could show if you guys Baltimore look. $1,000 a month apartments. It doesn't even look nice. Like it doesn't even look like. To me, $1,000 is a lot. To me, it's not worth that much money. Not to poo-poo on where anybody lives, but like $1,000 to me, that's a lot of money. And it's like what you get for $1,000 to me really isn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get to like 1,500, 1,600, I see that. But like at 1,000, like that middle of the pack range where you just getting something in a good spot of town, not super nice. Like to me, that's like doing stuff like that's not worth it. If you're gonna do it up, I understand that. But if you're gonna be in the middle, I definitely say if you paying $1,000 a month, come down here. Try and do the house hack. But back to the numbers. I just wanted to give you guys a real alternative. So I'll be paying $450 a month. That's not bad. And little tips and tricks I want to give you guys too for this video. If you're close to closing at the end of the month when you sign your contract and the dates are kind of random or set by like just 30 days, 35 days, 45 days or whatever it is, it's kind of random. Like for me, I was closing on like the 28th. We ran it past the seller. Right now we're tentatively scheduled to close on the 3rd. The 3rd, why does that matter? Instead of closing on the 20th, we close on the 3rd. So let's say December 28th. I would have to pay my first mortgage payment if we close that day, February 1st. But I close 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 2nd, 1st, like 7 days a week. So I close the next week. I don't have to make a mortgage payment until March 1st. That gives me a whole nother month. You know what I'm saying? That's something you gotta really consider. You know, for little stuff like that. Pay attention to the day, because you get a month grace period before you have to make your first mortgage payment. So that gives me another 28 days. February is the shortest month, but during that time, I have time to collect rent twice if I keep this entered in there. That's $925, and I have the opportunity to do my taxes, because your taxes I gotta be doing by April. I usually haven't done by March anyway. So I had the chance to get out, not all of it, but some of that money back, like some real money, a couple $1,000s back, you know, and build my savings back up. And if I pay my first payment in February, I wouldn't have had time probably to get my W-2s, do my taxes and everything. But by March, I probably have it done. So that's just a little trick of the trade I would recommend a couple of you guys doing. Just pay attention to it. Understand you can only do what you can do, but if it's close to the end of the month, I would recommend just talk to the seller, talk to your agent, and talk to the seller. Like, hey man, can we push this back a week? It will help this guy out, especially if you're young. Lots of people is willing to help young people. Can't speak on anything, but I just go for it. The worst they can say is no. You just gotta make that payment in February. And so $450 a month. I'm gonna have to pay a lot of cash, but basically all living expenses I'll probably be all in for $650. That's not bad, you know. And why I'm willing to probably make that cash outlay is because it gets me closer to my end goal. Because the number that the rental, which is a great spot that he's in, it doesn't give me towards my end goal. Renting the house wouldn't give me towards my end goal. By picking this house up, I picked up a duplex, because with the duplex, you have the ability to keep the duplex when you move out. So if I got an opportunity, you know, to work abroad, let's say I got instead of paying that $450 negative, now I have the upstairs unit rent for $925, and the downstairs unit right now rents for $1,100 a month. So let's say, how much is that? That's like $2,000. Let's say $2,000. So $1,050. Let's just say $2,050, because I could raise the rents of both of them $25 easy. So $1,050. So $1,050. So I have $1,000 to play with. So I could put up $600 a month and cash flow $400. Like easy. You know, $600 a month. That's 10% for each, you know, CapEx, somebody moving out, vacancy, and general repairs. That's 10% for each of those categories. And then you gotta factor in property maintenance. I forgot about that, so another $200. So 200, that's $800 a month. I'm cash flowing $200 a month. That's a big advantage. But those numbers, like, I don't do my numbers off the percentages. I do it off of, the only number I do off the percentages is the property management. Basically, with that amount of money, I put up $500 a month to fix up the house. I like to do dollar amounts. So $500 a month to fix up the house, and then I could take $200 a month for property management, and then I would have $300 a month in cash flow for the house, which is great. You know, I'm cash flowing $300 a month, and $300 a month. That gets me towards my goal of living abroad. Now I have $300 a month coming in, which is a good space to be in. $300 a month is no chump change. It's nothing to sneeze at, and it also gives me a hub in Baltimore. What I mean by that is, if a lease is coming up, it gives me options. Because like if a lease is about to end, instead of having to find a new place, let's say it's 2, 3 months, 4 months, I could just, you know, I have a good network of friends and family that, you know, I could call to and say, hey, like, I'll pay you this amount of rent while my place is about to open up, and I could just move into one of my units, you know, and it's 2 units, so I never really have to stress about the mortgage, so, because it'll only be like $150 or whatever, at the worst. I never really had to stress about the mortgage. It's not really, I won't say it's not a thing, but it's not really an issue to worry about paying that mortgage. Where it's not crushing me because I have 2 tenants. That's the thing when you have a single family house. If the tenant moves out, the entire mortgage payment is on you. But if you have a duplex or The triplex is better. More units is better. That mortgage isn't dependent on one person. One person, basically, I would always be able to pay my mortgage. So that's something you gotta consider. Wrap this up before it gets a little too in the weeds. So that's the other factor that you have to consider when you're doing the numbers. Is the numbers. When you're looking at the duplex, what does it do if you were to move out? It's the biggest number that you really should consider. If you plan to hold it after you move out, lowers your expenses now, which is great. But when you move out, what does that do? What does that do for you? You know, you always gotta look at what is something doing for you. You gotta look at your end goal. This gets me closer to my end goal. But option B, I would have that cash. I can go put the work and invest it right now today. This right here, it ties it up into my living expenses. But because it's a duplex, it gives me the opportunity to cash flow in the future and have reduced living expenses in the present. So that's the option I'm going for. That's why I'm looking for a duplex, because of the $450 a month in living expenses now and the $300 a month in cash flow in the future. So this is Nick checking out, going over the numbers. You know, let me know what you guys do. Option A, option B. Option A being the duplex. Option B being just renting and putting that money to work. And if you choose option B, let other people in the community know like what you would choose to put that money to work in. You know, let me know. So this is Nick checking out. I appreciate you guys checking out the videos. I have a lot more content coming your way. I know right now I look like Future Trunks with the hair, but I appreciate y'all checking me out. You can follow me on IG at RED, so Red Army, and then STALIN, Red Army Styling. I know some of you guys are like that. What does that got to do with the branding? My brand is me, so I want you guys to see everything that I've done. So that's why that's why my Instagram name is like that. Once you guys go on there, you'll see what was going on, where I got the Instagram name from. So this is Nick checking out. Hope you guys like the video.
I just got that money swag.